Hello everyone, back to my stock channel. This is James with yet another update on Exela Technologies. I like learning about this company. Um, I'm getting hooked on the situation that's going on. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. This company rents the terminals that you swipe your credit card out at the store to pay for things. So they buy the terminal and then they charge rent for it to the stores. They do over $1 billion with the business every year. They're kind of in the big time. It would seem like a really simple business, and it looks like they're pretty darn good at it. They have 4,000 customers. This is their website. They claim that 4 out of 5 of the world's largest retail chains are using their machines. So these are big clients that they have. They were able to land to put their processing systems into their stores. This would be like getting Ross to use your terminals. This would be like getting Publix or Winn-Dixie or Walmart or something like that. Um, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest retail chains use these terminals. They have some great connections. They have some great clients. The basic math, $1 billion in revenue, 4,000 customers. They're collecting $250,000 every year from each customer. That's a lot of money. What these people are renting are the terminals. They're paying rent on the terminals, and then their Exela here gets a kickback from Visa for each transaction. 30 years in business. They went public in 1997. 4,000 plus customers worldwide. Here's where it gets disturbing: is this company supposed to have a turnaround in 2023? They're supposed to cut their god awful operating costs in half. The website doesn't reflect that kind of a change. Business solutions for retail industry. Um, it seems like they do everything. And when I say everything, banking, financial, consumer, retail, education, energy, healthcare, manufacturing, legal, and the solutions, business intelligence, facilities, logistics, finance, accounting. When you go to their homepage, it this is exelatech.com. You go to their homepage here, who we are. Well, this is who they want you to know who they are. Everyday signing made easy, secure and legally binding signatures on the go. Some kind of new product. I mean, what the hell? You're having trouble with your business, you're in a ton of debt, you have some great customers. Why would you go in another direction with something like this? Digital mailroom, streamline your mail delivery process. Apparently, they would like to be MailChimp. Seriously. What, just disturbing. And this isn't their customer base. 4 out of the 5 of the biggest companies in the world. Maybe they're going to get them to do their mail through them too. I mean, this might be a good improvement, but you have some house cleaning to do first. Social intelligence platform, driving marketing results, revolutionizing human resource management. They're getting into the HR business. Um, they're in the terminal business. They rent the terminals. That's where their money comes from. I was wrong in my previous videos. I thought they had 10 employees for every customer. They actually have 4. Now that I consider the size of the customer, maybe 4 is needed. I don't know. If somebody's paying you $250,000 a year, I guess that shouldn't get you 4 employees full time. Um, there wouldn't be any money in that. Uh, so yeah, they're paying 4 people like $400,000 to service a $250,000 account, and they're doing that over and over and over again. So I don't know. The profit margin on this product is phenomenal. You sell the terminals, you build the terminals, maybe $1,000. You can rent them out for a couple $100 each, and these big players, though they're buying 50 at a time, 100 at a time, 1,000 at a time. It's just big bucks, and they're probably wanting discounts on them, possibly. That might be the case. Maybe they're not getting the big bucks that they should be getting. They should be getting $100 a month or $200 a month per terminal. Maybe they're selling out. I'm not really sure. The margin should be there, though, because once you buy that terminal, you charge rent from here on out. You should get several years, maybe 3 or 4 years out of your terminals, collecting 10 times what you paid for them. But if you look more onto their website, which I would expect this just to get ripped down and thrown away, and have an introduction about their 4 out of 5 awesome customers and how much they love them, and maybe they should focus on the people that are paying them. They have legal services, just business solutions for the legal industry, corporate carousel, or corporate counsel, law firms, and governance attorneys. Yeah, 65,000 legal projects, funds distributed, $20 billion. What are they doing? What are they doing for a living? I think they just would like to sell everything to every grocery store or something. I don't know. They're like, okay, we do your credit card processing. Now let us do your MailChimp. Now let us do your HR. Now let us do your... Maybe they're slowly taking over the world. I'm not really sure. The reason I made this video is to show you a little evidence that they... Obviously, it's 2023. It's March. This promise of cleaning house in 2023 and getting rid of the crap, I don't see the crap going away. Yeah. They took, from the very get-go of this business, they probably had to buy terminals. It was very expensive. And they started back in 2017, perhaps, when they went public, going with all these bigwigs. They ran up $1.7 billion in liabilities. It's probably them purchasing the terminals, and then they still own them. So they're on the balance sheet, but they're in debt, but yet they hold an asset. The same debt has just lived on their balance sheet from 2017. This is a little bit more debt, and a little bit more, and then a little bit more again. Now they're up to $2 billion in debt. And they chopped that down to 1.7. How responsible of them. But I think the core of this debt is this initial 2017. It's the buying of the terminals. In 2020 or 20, well, obviously COVID screwed them up. But by 2019, the terminals were 2 years old. They're probably looking crusty. Maybe they had to buy some more every couple of years. Just trying to look at the negative of this place. They've never paid off Terminal 1. Why they didn't pay for this with their initial public offering, I have no idea. Their assets are $1.7 billion, liabilities $1.72. That's right where they started. So let's see how much money they've spent in grand total. This will kind of give us a gauge for how much money the company has collected from stock sales. Hold on a second. We want income statement. Oh, sorry, everybody. Going back to 2017, here we have 1.15. I'm sorry, 209 million spent, more than they took in. I guess they also made some money along the way too, so this might not be as big. 209 million. They lost 169 million. So that's like 369, 500. We're almost at $1 billion. It'll close to 1.1 billion, 1.24 billion. So 1.24 billion is how much money that they've declared as losses on balance sheets. I'm sorry, on income statements. Money lost for the year, 1 point something billion. And their debt, 1.72 billion. Well, they didn't use that money to pay off their debt. It must have been straight up lost. It wasn't often when companies lose money like this. They lost 500 and something $1 million for the year. You might see this money because it was lost. It was spent by the company. Hopefully, it was spent on an asset. So we would expect to see the asset grow if they did something responsible with it. In this case, no. Well, no. Their assets plummeted from the year prior. So not only did they piss through all that extra cash in 2019, they took their assets. They took $1.63 billion in assets, and a year later, $1.26 billion. $300 million in assets lost, $500 million lost. This is before COVID hit. Yeah, this is just extreme. What in the hell are they doing? I think the analysis of their website kind of tells the story there. They've lost it with the number of services that they're offering. Now, if they're successful at all that crap, I guess so. I'm falling out of love with Excel. Exela, XELA, if you want to check it out. I don't know. They don't seem to have turned the corner. They don't seem to have woken up to the problem. And the problem is lack of focus, too much dead weight. The customers are huge. I thought these were smaller customers. No, $250,000 a year each. Each one of them is paying $20,000 a month in services. They've got 4 employees on each customer. That just pays their salary. On a balance sheet, I don't know if this would even be profitable at all. Even if they own the terminals, hopefully they have lots of them in stock. But all the rent that they're collecting is just going to the employees to service the customers. And I don't know. How many terminals do you get for $20,000 a month? Probably a lot. You got $100 a month. That's 200 of them. That might be like a Winn-Dixie chain of 10, something like that. Maybe 10 big grocery stores. Yeah, I can see their pickle now. But yeah, they're going to need to keep the employees. How are you going to service Winn-Dixie without 4 employees? They're going to be calling left and right. They got 200 terminals, probably in over 20 stores, and they're probably calling it, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. Who knows? Terminal 3's out. They got to run out there and swap out the machine. I don't know, unless they can teach Winn-Dixie how to fix it themselves. Yeah, my feelings have kind of changed on this. It went from simplicity to misguidance to bad business model. They have to service the shit out of these 4,000 clients. They need ass kissing, rub down, service tech, telephone call answered. Somebody better answer the phone. You're not subbing this one out to India. These are Fortune 500 companies that were able to smooth their technology into, and they couldn't make a dime. I don't know. I guess that it's a terrible price. Whatever deal they're giving them obviously is not a profitable one. Yeah, so falling out of love with Exela Technologies. Damn, I hate when that happens. But yeah, I don't know. How are you going to cut? Or he's going to cut the operating margin by half. He's going to send half the employees home. Who's going to handle? Well, unless half the employees are to that other unrelated garbage that we looked at their website. They get rid of their MailChimp department, and that's like 50 people. And then you get rid of the legal consulting. That's another 50 people. If you can do that and get rid of half your operating budget, then yeah, maybe you're going to have a crack at this. And I really like your customers. Um, the 4 people per to take care of them. I don't know. Maybe you can pay those people cheap. I don't know. I don't know what it costs to have an employee like this. Um, but yeah, you're collecting $20,000 a month from the client. That's a pretty big ticket. You should be able to, well, I guess 24-hour service is needed. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do when 7-Eleven goes down at 3 in the morning? Do they call their processor guy, or do they just close the store? Probably just close the store. I don't know if this has to be a 24-hour service operation, but it might. But yeah, a lot more things to consider. They could be something a lot different than what they are, and the changes that were promised are not being witnessed on their website. Um, they could have cleaned this up and started letting people go. Apparently, that's not going on. They're still taking phone calls for legal practice management software and expertise. Imagine chasing that one down when you're in the terminal business. Wow. Completely lost sight of themselves, don't appear to have publicly changed their game. Maybe on the books they are. Let's hope so. But anyhow, just another update. They don't seem to have checked into the new program. Let's hope they do. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. Exela Technologies, XELA, a little bit of news about their lack of direction and some other issues. But anyhow, that's a little bit more about their debt. Have a good night. Bye-bye.